Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool. And the other day I was out and about and I picked up these Blue Point cable cutters, PWC80A. I picked them up for $5 and I just kind of felt sorry for them. Obviously they've been neglected, USA made, not for steel. Silky smooth though, I mean given the neglect here, the rust. Anyway, I thought I'd work on them, see if I can bring them back up to, fighting shape. But I thought I'd also take a closer look at them. Do I need them? Probably not. I mean, they fit nicely. I mean, I've got a small set of these Knipex, of these Kleins. Little bit larger set. This has kind of been my go-to. Bigger cable cutters with ratcheting mechanism if I need that. So it does kind of fit nicely into this lineup, about right there. But yeah, I thought I'd also take advantage of taking a closer look using this microscope. So what I'm going to do is bring this guy up, slide the camera in here a little more, slide this up, and let's take a closer look. So what I've got here, get that up on there, is a pretty rusted surface. So as I take a look at that, let me lock this down and bring up my focus here. So you can see that's the edge of the blade right there. So it needs some pretty good help. You can see that as I close those in and ride up. Those are pretty messed up. All the way down to the V there. How does that compare to something a little better shape? Well, here's my smaller Klein cable cutters here. So if I go into the blades there and take a look, get the reflection, look at that. Obviously there's a little bit of tool marking in the way they did the polish, but the edge is pretty nice. And one thing, if you notice that little area right up here at the front, my fingernail in there, right there, you can see that actually is for closing. That's actually a little bit of a taper that they put into the blade. You can see it here. Get the camera to focus, whoops, right there. You can see it, they just do a little taper. Same on this larger one. If we look, you can see they just grind down the very tip so it intersects. Let's take a look at this one here. Kind of neat to see this up close. There's the taper, and then a very smooth cutting. Let me close it here. This one's a little stiff. Cutting surface. So I've got a lot of work to do on this. In fact, let's take an even closer look. What I'm going to do is take out this bolt that's holding it together. I can actually turn it with my fingers, so I assume I can pop it free. Grab my snap-on 1/2-inch wrench and my snap-on ratchet and back this thing out. For $5, if this turns out to be good enough, this is on the Snap-on site. This guy here is about $60. Let me see if I've got my remote here. Back it off. There we go. Here's the remote that comes with this. I actually put Velcro on it and Velcro on the back to try to keep this thing together. So let's take a look. So the bolt, I don't know, I might try to keep that in service, but I could easily get a brand new one, maybe I will, that has a, let's see what the rating on that guy is. Can't tell if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I may put on a new bolt just for fun. But anyway, so here are the two pieces. This is what it looks like when I take it apart. So it's going to need some work. Let's take a close look at that blade there. a little further out. So what do we have? It's pretty rough, but I can get that back into service. There's a ding, pretty good ding right there. Now one thing I noticed, if I zoom in, it holds the focus. So this is a true zoom. Sometimes they just have variable zoom, and then you have to refocus. So it's actually pretty nice, but then it's a digital system. So I need to really work on this guy. Let me zoom back out. Otherwise, it looks pretty good as I dig around in there. Got to clean this up. But I'm going to spend some time polishing, grinding, and sharpening this thing. And I will get back to you because I would hate to miss out on having this beautiful old Blue Point be back in service. I mean, it's still got a lot of life. It's just been neglected. So it's also a good project. So I better get going on it. And with that, Doc out.